Bisa dimulai untuk saat ini?
Iya, silakan.
Oke, berarti- Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the preliminary 3 of English debate. I am Seto Aji Putra as the chair person and the timekeeper. Okay, the motion for this debate is this house regret the rise of cancel culture. Cancel culture, a form of ostracism in which someone is thrown out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. Okay, first, let me introduce the debaters. Acting as the opening government for this debate is team from SMA Negeri 1 Tenggarong A with Mr. Muhammad Abid Saajidur Rahman as the first speaker and Miss Dieska Maidina Sari as the second speaker. Acting as opening opposition for this debate is team from SMA Negeri 1 Tenggarong B with Mr. Nicholas Cahyadi as the first speaker and Miss Fioni Kezia Kanovani Surya as the second speaker. Acting as the closing government for this debate is team from SMA Negeri 4 Samarinda with Miss Siti Fadila Maposira as the first speaker and Miss Diva Nabila as the second speaker. Acting as the closing opposition for this debate is team from SMA Negeri 1 Sanga-Sanga with Miss Diva Raffi Anjani as the first speaker and Mr. Yogantara Orlando Fabian as the second speaker. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to introduce the adjudicators for this debate. The first adjudicators is Fabian and the second adjudicators is Elva. Oke. Okay. Perlu saya baca lagi untuk rulesnya. Ladies and gentlemen, now to begin the debate, I would like to invite the first
Recording in progress.
Of the opening government, Mr. Muhammad Abid Sajidur Rahman. Floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? It's raining out here.
Oh yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Yes, we can.
It's raining out here.
Nice.
Yeah. My argument will start in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am from the government bench support that say that this regret the rise of cancel culture. So in here I will be explaining what is cancel culture, what is criticism, where cancel culture happened, when it started, who is the subject, when it began, who is the suspect or the person that do cancel culture, why does these people or person do cancel culture, and I will give some example of it. So starting with my point, cancel culture is a form of ostracism that an individual or more do that they do an act of disbelief and disappointment towards a subject of the ostracism, where it can be do online. They will be do it online to show that this person has do something wrong. This person has disappointed us. This person has made false claim like that. And the subject of this Cancel culture is someone that has been doing something that have leave a bad impression or leave an offensive impression to people. Okay. Continuing to my second point, what is ostracism? Ostracism is a condition where someone is excluded from the social life. Like the example, for in his schools, we have the student that shy and etc. Most people don't want to be friends with them, don't want to have any relation with that person because like that they feel that they feel that this person is not supposed to be here, and that the subject that feel the autism will be excluded from his social life and have a big loss in his social life. Okay, when the cancel culture began. Cancel culture began at 2010 because of the rise of internet. But at the time, internet is not really used by people, and cancel culture is spreading and increasing highly during the COVID-19 started at COVID-19 pandemic started at 2020 because that most people use internet to socialize and communicate with other people through because the effect of the pandemic made them cannot interact and perform social act in person. So who is the subject of this cancel culture? The subject is someone that has do offensive thing and leave bad impression to social life in internet mostly. Like example, if someone has given a bad impression about example is act of act of act of a movement like that. He disagrees, and that lead us to who is the people doing cancel culture. People pe- is the people that get offended, get the bad impression by the subject that has left left the bad impression from the start in internet and make them feel offended, make them disappointment, and how they how they express that disappointment is from canceling this person. How they cancel is they like giving a terror or threat to the subject that causes them to having having depression. They can be frustrated. They can be excluded from their social life. In these matters, the person that got cancelled can be the person that got this cancelled can be, if he proven not wrong or innocent, he will be still claimed as cancelled and been accepted to the social life anymore in internet or even in real life. From that, where we can know where the cancel culture is happening on internet. Mostly it's happening on media, on social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. So the causes of this culture is really had a big impact towards the subject. The subject will be feel excluded, will feel frustrated, will have a big psychology effect on themselves. This make them to feel excluded. This will be make them feel like they are not supposed to be in this life. Because of that, the subject will be labeled as cancelled, and subject is called and that what is called ostracism. So, yeah, and that example is like there is a person that make art like that. This art has a lot of meaning to it. It has a deep meaning toward the good thing, but the person think that this art is really offensive on the first impression. That's why they canceled it, and that's why this house thing that cancel culture is a bad thing because it had a big impact on the towards the subject that you cancel. It will make a big loss towards the subject. I think that's what I can say. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the first speaker of the opening government is 7 minutes 19 seconds. I repeat, 7 minutes 19 seconds. Okay. To oppose the case from the government, let us invite the first speaker of the opening opposition, Mr. Nicholas Jayadi. Floor is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here, the leader of opposition, will support the rise of cancel culture. Previously, the government have said that cancel culture are bad because they can they make bad impression to people, make depression, make stress, and bad psychology for the bullied person. But this culture can be used to be a good culture. How is it? For example, there is a person who insult a public figure or important person, such as President Jokowi in this case. He gave a bad impression. He said that this government is not good. This they kept giving a bad impression about this President Jokowi. So with the mass and the social media, we can rid of this bad person who bullied the other people. So cancel culture can be a good culture if they use in the proper way. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the first speaker of the opening opposition is 2 minutes 3 seconds. I repeat, 2 minutes 3 seconds. Okay. Next, to close the case for the opening government, let us invite the second speaker of the opening government, Miss Dieska Maidina Sari. Floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen. Here I am, the Deputy Prime Minister from the government bench, supporting this motion of we regretting the rise of cancel culture. The first speaker already said why we regret the cancel culture, why it's bad, and why this is a really bad thing that will change someone's life on internet, and why we regret it. The first speaker said that it's a bad thing because it will affect someone's life on internet and on social life. If they leave a bad impression on internet, it will make them being cancelled on internet. And also, cancel culture, we believe that cancel culture could affecting the person that related to the person that was cancelled, but they did not do the offensive thing that need to be cancelled. It will affect the other individual or the other big communities. The leader of opposition said that cancel culture is good, and they did not regret the rise of cancel culture because it could be used as a good movement on internet. We believe that statement is false because internet is such a big place. There's a lot of personality that probably could be spreading a fake news on internet, and it will affecting someone's life and make them cancel. And cancel culture will change of someone that was innocent. That's why we believe that cancel culture is a bad movement, and we did not agree with the statement from the opposition side. I think that's all I can explain. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the second speaker of the opening government is 2 minutes 34 seconds. I repeat, 2 minutes 40 eh, 34 seconds. Okay. Next, to the close the case for the opening opposition, please come. Please welcome to the second speaker of the opening opposition, Miss Fioni Kezia Karnovani Surya. Floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am, the second speaker as the deputy leader of opposition. I will explain why this House believe with the motion. The rise of cancel culture and the idea of canceling someone considered or other public figure pattern, example, a celebrity or other public figure does or says something offensive and then a public backlash often fueled by politically progressive social media and shoots. Then come the calls to cancel the person that is to effectively to end their cultural session, whether through boycotts of their work or disciplinary action from an employer. Because of this cancel culture, there's a lot of people out there who get bullied and get trauma to this cancel culture. Cancel culture is very bad for people out there. This cancel culture shouldn't have happened. That will give a negative impact to people. Example, they will feel insecure, feel unappreciated, feel themselves worthless as a result of a bad statement from someone who doesn't like about what they do in public. But this motion also helped them to destroy the bad person who gave the bad statement about them, as the first speaker of opposition said. According to the second speaker of government said that cancel culture will not work for people. I think that statement is false because if someone get bullied, the other side of another person will help them, and that's why I believe with this statement. That's all I want to say, and I'm so sorry if there a mistake for my word. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the second speaker of the opening opposition is 2 minutes 9 seconds. Okay. I repeat, 2 minutes 9 seconds. Next, to open the case from the closing government, I would like to invite the first speaker of the closing government, Miss Siti Fadila Mapasira. Floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. In here, I will be to be the government of member of the government is to be like the cancel culture. Cancel culture is an expression of agency to attract attention from someone for or an action to subject this cancel culture. Is to be not the ugly about that is a boycott for the protest. The person is not ugly about that. So as cancel culture have a three the arguments. The first is the fire. It's not it's not it's not useful because the example is the public figure is to be the show in media is to be like Instagram or TikTok. It's not the use the censor the face. The first, as the secondly is to be fire the public figure is to be the example for the Nikita Mirzani is not he has a problem. So I think it's not useful for us. And the thirdly is it don't it's not useful the cancel culture. It's a very the badly the cancel and the cancel culture or call out the culture is a first contemporary to the late 2010 and out of possession and that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the first speaker of the closing government is 1 minute 27 seconds. I repeat, 1 minute 27 seconds. Okay. Next, to open the case from the closing opposition, I would like to invite the first speaker of the closing opposition,
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So right now I'm going to react to the closing government statement. So cancel culture, it was a thing that happened because when a person doing a bad impression by doing a taboo action. So cancel government only cause and get but cancel culture is caused because someone doing some bad things. It it can be physically or not. It can be from social media or in a person. So if they're doing a bad thing, it will be give a lot of bad impression to public and society. So I just say that cancel culture cause uh people or person that doing a bad thing, like there's an artist that you said before that they're doing a bad thing and have some problem. So having a problem and doing some bad thing, maybe it will be working if they're having a cancel culture. But cancel culture, it may be not really work in some country and some society. It was depends how society reaction to it. So for my point of view, cancel culture, it actually works, but it was depends. It depends of how society reacts to it, how society um, taking it. So I think I kind of agree, but not really agree how your statement goes. So about cancel culture, as I said again, that it's not only on social media, it's not only from entertainment. It can be caused by cyberbullying, doxing, and betting that cause a bad impression. Is it from person or it was from a club? So I think that's all for my statement, and I think I'm sorry if there is a thing that makes you misunderstand. So thank you for the time.
Okay. Time spent by the first speaker of the closing opposition is 2 minutes 50 seconds. I repeat, 2 minutes 50 seconds. Okay. Next, to close the case form, the the closing government, I would like to invite the second speaker of the closing government, Miss Diva Nabila. Floor is yours.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here with the closing government. So for my theme summary is cancel culture or call out culture is a phrase contemporary to the late 2010 and early 2020 used to refer to a form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social circles. So cancel culture is an expression of agency to attract attention from someone or an action the subject of this cancel culture. Cancel culture refers to the rejection of complaints that is the result is go to violent attack. So in my team summary is cancel culture is a bad movement. That is why we agree with the motion. And with my In my opinion, I believe that this cancel culture can reflect awareness that people are not willing to accept things that they used to accept or have not been able to resist in the past. But in some ways, it is a moral panic. Moreover, the views of society become divided, ostracized, and humiliating people. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Time spent by the second speaker of the closing government is 1 minute 24 seconds. I repeat, 1 minute 24 seconds. Okay. Next, to close the cash from the closing opposition, I would like to invite the second speaker of the closing opposition, Mr. Yugantara Orlando Fabian. Floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, yes.
Okay. I am agree about your statements that cancel culture can make the personality victims feel depressed, mental breakdown, and the other. But we should think that cancel culture can be benefit to reduce the bad thing in this society. And I am still believe that cancel culture can be positive or negative sides. Depends for who are we with. For example, that idol K-pop named Kim Garam do a bullying in school that their fans feel disappointed and ask for the agency to kick her left. For the last word, I emphasize that cancel culture depends on who the person who becomes the object is. Is it positive or negative and who it causes? And that's all my statements. Sorry for my my bad wording and thank you.
I was
Okay. Time spent by the second speaker of the closing opposition, 1 minute 14 seconds. I repeat, 1 minute 14 seconds. Okay guys, because of this round is silent round, so the winner for this round will be told in the next 3 days. And also the rank of the team in this competition will be given in the next 3 days too. Okay, thank you for your attention and please go back to the main chamber. Okay. Bye.
Recording stopped.